Right, Sunday. We're gonna go rogue. We're going rogue. We're gonna have a look at the campers. I'd shown on Friday's video what we're sort of thinking. That's actually for the horse lorry build. So that's our own sort of one that I think we're going to end up putting in our lorry, and then that's sort of one of the colours that I think we're going to do in one of the campers, which we'll have a look at in a minute. On I'll carry these round with me. Looking at things to be doing, obviously, over the winter. On Friday's video, we had a quick look at getting the water system drained off. Really good time to get the system completely drained down now. Gonna potentially get frosts coming along the way, so make sure the system is drained down. If you're putting or starting to think about putting your caravan into storage, covers and things like that, if you are going to put covers on, make sure that you leave your windows on the vents. So what I mean by that is you've got a little vent catch, so this sort of secondary catch there is your vent catch, and what that does is it shouldn't let any water come in, especially if you've got a cover on, but it will allow the caravan to breathe. So even if you've got a fully breathable cover, get it onto those vent catches. Somebody asked about whether I should go for a full cover, whether I should just go for a roof cover. I've always liked the roof covers because it gets all the keeps the roof nice and clean, and keeps sort of so far down protected. But the only issue that we've found with the roof covers in the past is when the straps, they can sort of rub against the side, so making sure they're not going to rub against the side. Some of the covers come with little pads to protect the side of the caravan, so just have a good look. But I do like the roof covers instead of a full cover. Friday's video we talked about draining down, so if you missed that video, popping up now, go and have a look at it. Really nice six berth. Again, we've got some cracking six berths that I can't believe haven't gone already.
Well, the thing is with a six berth, it doesn't need to be a six berth, does it? It can be a glorified two berth.
Well, this is a great sort of family, or not a family van, but like a couple's van that maybe think, oh, I might take the grandkids away with me. Put it onto a site. I've got my fixed bed, I've got my little dining area, and I've got my lounge area. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily.
You don't even need to have grandkids though, do you? Because you've got a nice little breakfast area, then you've got your lounge area. Yeah. It's just a nice big van for a couple or a family.
Works or well, doesn't it? So that's a 2021 at 20,495. Elegance, I can't believe this has gone. So this is sort of stepping it up into another league. 2023, the Elegance Grand 845. Have a look at this. That's the sort of workshop that you want in the lorry, isn't it?
A bit more marbly than that.
A bit more marbly,
but not
than
far
that.
off. Yeah.
So, and again, colours, wood colours.
Yeah, that's very similar.
Look at that. Look at that. That's all that we spend our life at the minute.
Isn't it,
is looking at wood colours. And you can't believe how many sort of different wood colours there are. But yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. 32,995.
Gorgeous.
45 grandish new. So we used this, didn't we? We went away in this. Really nice van actually. Worked well. We sort of thought that we liked the end bed, but actually this worked really well for us. Nice, just having a bit bigger washroom and more that you just shut the door and that's it, sort of a thing. It's there. So yeah, I like this one, and I can't believe that it's still here.
I guess it's Part X's again on something like this, isn't
so
it?
Again on Friday's video, again we mentioned about Part X's. So that's been our stumbling block. But I think it's going to start changing now, and I think as people sort of go, right, okay, I think prices have started to sort of settle. I think the people that are sort of sat there thinking, oh, should we buy, shouldn't we buy, now's probably not a bad time. I don't think prices are really going to do much more now. Again, because Glass's guide have come out as well, so there's new guide values coming out. I sort of think that they're not as I said on Friday, the prices aren't going to come up, but I think we're not going to see the drops like we have done this last sort of 12 months.
I can't see them moving much between now and like January prices, really, will they? They won't come down much more. I
think we're, well, in the book value,
there's
they
no
won't.
More book anyway,
there's no more book now, but then the next update for any guide values is sort of January, February sort of time. So
yeah, but that's prices. It, there won't be.
No, I mean, so there's new guides, isn't there? So
the new
the Blue
people.
Book and National Caravan Guide, I think it is. So yeah, we'll see. The one El Grande. So this El Grande is a little bit funnier than. So this is the new E52 shape. We're going to have a quick look at stripping this out and getting this ready. And what I think we're doing is removing this panel out to give us a bit more side room, because these big panels stick in to the vehicle more. We can get our rock and roll bed further up this side, and that gives us more room for the kitchen down this side. So that's sort of how that's going. We'll have a quick look at the video getting this stripped out now. 2011 Nissan El Grande E52. Now, I think we're crazy. We're going to try and convert
I think you're crazy.
Okay. I think we're going to try and convert this. We are going to try and convert this into a camper van. Now, you do not see many of the E52 models converted into camper vans, and there's one very good reason. When we come into this back section, our sort of width of the vehicle really narrows down, and we now need to remove the back section and back seats of this, remove all of our gubbins on the side, and see whether we can actually make this wide enough to take a rock and roll bed and get our kitchen units in, or whether we're completely screwed up. And in that case, we'll end up having to build a kitchen unit in the back of this, and then some seating or a slightly different layout. So not too sure. Or the other option is to do a U-shaped seating and just a smaller kitchen unit, because these are quite long. So we've got huge amounts of space, huge amounts of floor space. So once all these seats are out, we'll know more. So let's get on with it. Let's get these seats out and see how it looks. So yeah, that was sort of getting the seats out, getting it ready and trying to come up with a plan. Now let's have a look at the other one that's a bit further along. So this one, we've got our pop top. So pop top is...
You fitted that quick?
Yeah, I did. Fantastic, I did a really quick job on that. So we bought this one as a camper, but only sort of slightly half converted. So it just got a little kitchen unit at the front, and we want a proper big unit down the side. So rock and roll bed at this side here. These rails, because this had the original seating in, so these rails are going to come out. We'll fill in with the floor, rock and roll bed, and then a proper kitchen unit down this side. Solar panel on the roof, and I'll show you the proper units. So this is all going to have proper Sargent control panels, proper, not a sort of Mickey Mouse thing off Amazon or anything like this. It's going to have all the proper proper control units in, basically. You can't put it any other way. 12 volt fridge, so it just works off 12 volts, so it doesn't matter where you go, that's always going to work. And they don't use a lot of power either, to be fair. And then, as I say, proper hob, proper gas unit, proper sealed units, and a nice conversion, hopefully. It's our first sort of one, so let me know in the comments if you want to see the build as it progresses, or whether you're not really interested and you just want to see once it's done and shut up about the campers. So let us know. As I say, that is the sort of unit colour I think that we're going for, and then a cream sort of worktop, which I think will work nicely with this. And it's already got the captain's chair on the passenger seat, so that spins around. The driver's seat doesn't. And then once we've got this one to a point, we'll then get the other one started to be built. I've got the pop top for the other one. So we've got the pop top for this one on order. So this is going to have a pop top put in. Obviously, this is a 2011, so slightly newer, and it's got the black leather newer dash and everything. 139,000 kilometres, I think it was, on this one. And then look at the passenger seat, how the sort of reclining thing comes up.
Yeah.
So obviously these are going rock and roll bed again, and then kitchen unit down the side. And again, there's a good chance on this one, it's going to be about 22, 23 grand that we're going to sell it out for. But there's a good chance that if you were sort of looking for a camper yourself, we could build, and we could build it then a bit more bespoke. So it's going to be a good few weeks before we start that one, but you might be able to then see the other one built, done, and see what it's like, and then obviously make a decision of whether you wanted that one, or you might just buy the other one that's already done in that sort of colour with a cream sort of worktop. So just something different.
What was that one like inside while we're looking at inside of?
So this has actually got the
cream
cream gloss units in, and then a sort of grey top. So but again, a really proper conversion, similar to what we're hoping to do. So but obviously I think we're going black leather on the seats on the one, but very similar, very similar. So again, nice conversion. That's only done 30-odd thousand miles, so not done many miles at all. And obviously that's here on sale now at 22,995. So yeah, I can't remember what I was saying before I went and got the keys for that now. Lost my train of thought completely. That's about it, I think. So let us know.
Bespoke, I think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments whether you want to see sort of the build as it progresses, or whether you're not really bothered. We've put a little bit of the sort of stripping down of that newer L Grand, so it's then whether you want to see that or not. Just as I say, let us know in the comments. If not, then no problem at all. We might do a separate video that's not integrated on our weekly one. Obviously more updates, so we'll do over this next couple of weeks. We'll see how the NEC goes. We will see what happens, whether it picks back up again. As I say, we're just on a bit of a slow lull at the minute, just gone a bit quieter, and I think that's just in general. And again, as I say, a few other sort of industries are saying exactly the same, so it's not just specific to caravans. It seems like everything at the minute is a little bit slow.
I wonder what the used cars are like. Have you heard anything
quite
about?
Slow again. Yeah, not booming, just ticking over.
Yeah.
Similar sort of thing, and again they go through the peaks and troughs like we do with the caravans, and again the motorhomes are slightly different. We'd found that sort of the motorhomes are busier, and then the caravans are quiet, and then the caravans are busy and the motorhomes. So that's hence why we've sort of gone, right, actually if we can do some of these builds and we can do them ourselves, we can then probably do a little bit more bespoke. We can drop on a build when it goes a little bit quieter, we can get some in, do a couple of builds, then we've got them to sell. So it works quite well for us. It seems silly not for us to add that onto our business model sort of thing as we grow and expand. And again, even though things are not great and things are slower, we're still looking to grow and expand,
diversify.
Yeah, so it's just keep moving with the times. That's always what I've said, is that we'll keep moving with the times, and sort of prices have got to move, and we found those busy, so that's what we're moving into as well. We're not going to stop doing the caravans and normal motorhomes. It's all just sort of growing. So yeah, tightening our belts, isn't it? So
Yeah,
stop your pants falling down. So it's that time.
You haven't got a belt though.
No. So hopefully you've enjoyed this week's video. A bit of a funny one this week. A couple of tips there and a bit of going on about this, that and the other. If you have, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next week and see what's happening then. Thanks for watching on Mark at the Caravan Place. Do my trousers up first.
You've not bought yourself that belt yet? No.
So in theory, that's the base of the seat 3.
Whee.
Latch.
You attached to something with that wire, aren't you, or is it separate?
I think it's separate.
Oh yeah.
There's one seat out, so that needs a good cleaner. So what we can now figure out though is if I remove that seat belt part.
Does this feel like the floor? This seems higher.
This is, yeah, but that isn't.
No.
So that's what we're trying to then figure out. So obviously this trim will end up coming out completely, and we'll have to then box this section in. Do you want me to show the camera? So then what we are going to be doing is trying to figure out where the rock and roll bed sort of sits, and then I've got a feeling with all of that sort of back section, we're clear enough. It's just literally how the rock and roll bed sits and whether it can sort of traverse over the top of that wheel arch.
Oh, that's a long word for a Monday morning,
afternoon. So that is going to be our issue, potentially. Obviously the other side doesn't matter because we can strip that out and we can build around that. It's only a kitchen unit. So we've then got to decide firstly if that's possible. If that's then not possible, if we can't actually put the rock and roll bed here, or a standard sort of metre width rock and roll bed, we've got an option to go for a smaller rock and roll bed. So I don't know whether I'm really keen on that. I don't know whether I want a smaller bed or not.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because a lot of people don't actually use them to stop overnighting, do they? They do just use them as a day van.
Yeah, a lot of people still, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, proper bed. So I think you need it as a proper bed. So
I suppose if you're going to have it as a bed, it ought to be a proper bed. Otherwise you may as well just have seating.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to do some measurements, have a look at the different rock and roll beds and see what our options actually are.